Welcome to Soulciété, the shift, the tribe, the movement. May you live your truth. Live from Los Angeles, we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We also come together as a community in Soulciété, the #1 spiritual coaching community committed to enlightenment, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. So today we're going to talk about how to become a spiritual coach of the law of attraction, how to become a teacher of the law of attraction. I don't know, but for me, years ago, I was very obsessed. I was obsessed with everything to do with spirituality, consciousness. I remember watching the documentary, What the Bleep Do We Know? And The Secret, and reading all kinds of books under the sun, everything from Deepak Chopra to Wayne Dyer to you name it. Every conference I can get my hands on, I began to meditate at the age of 24. And have been doing it now for, how old am I? Let's see, that's about 23 years now I've been meditating. And just really love the concept of the law of attraction. However, I realize that the law of attraction is just one distinction within 1,000 of what and how we manifest as spiritual coaches and spiritual leaders. And all of us, we're manifesting 24/7 without any effort whatsoever. But for years ago, I was obsessed with the work. And I remember there was a point in time where I realized that it was a possibility for me to actually become the teacher instead of being the student. And it was something that was not even in my consciousness. I never even knew it was possible. I didn't even ever see myself as that. And one day I realized in that moment, I was like, wow, this is an actual option that people can choose to become coaches, become leaders, become the authors of books in the realm of the law of attraction. So one, I want to just break down what is the law of attraction and how do you become a teacher of the law of attraction. So within Soulciété, we train and develop spiritual leaders, people that just have spiritual businesses online and offline that want to bring their spiritual distinctions into their daily life and their business. We also certify spiritual coaches, basically, that are in the realm of what people would consider law of attraction leaders. So what is the law of attraction? The law of attraction basically is a law, a universal law that states that what we embody, we're going to attract, right? So it's a little bit confusing because in the metaphysical realm or the new thought genre is really the genre that the law of attraction came down. So the actual documentary, The Secret, was based off of a book called The Science of Getting Rich. And that book is in a genre that's considered new thought. And it is great minds that have come down the lineage, everything from Agape Michael Beckwith in Los Angeles, all the way through many, many leaders, Emma Curtis Hopkins and Ernest Holmes, and so many amazing leaders, all the way up to Emerson and Phineas Quimby, who had the mental cure movement over in Europe. And so it's important to understand, what are you talking about when you talk about the law of attraction? What are you talking about? You're talking about metaphysics, okay? You're talking about physical laws of spiritual laws that come through. The law, we call it the law. And what is the law? The law is basically how you are manifesting, how you're demonstrating. It's like understanding, again, I use the analogy of if you had a car and you get into your car, but you never are taught how to use your car. The laws are basically distinctions to have us understand how we are manifesting and how we are demonstrating 24/7 with even the consideration at the soul level. You are manifesting with the law of attraction without any effort whatsoever. And the confusing thing about The Secret of the documentary was that we thought we can just put effort into manifesting, and it really should be effortless. When you are embodying your truth, when you're embodying the truth of whatever you are, you should be manifesting with ease and grace and inspired action. So on that note, I recognize right here, right now, that you have the ability to shift your embodiment. You have the ability to shift the law of attraction. You have the ability to shift your beliefs at a soul level, okay? So how do you become a teacher of this? Well, in Soulciété, we certify spiritual coaches. And what does that mean? So anytime somebody's coming and they want to be a master spiritual life coach, right? What does it take to do that? Well, you got to embody it. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing. So anybody coming into the program that just wants to get out there and teach, the biggest obstacle I've found for coaches is that they're not ready. They've not embodied the wisdom. They've not done their own inner work. They've not shifted their trauma. They have not come back to the true identity of the I am. And the truth is that when you truly embody this work and you start becoming the best, highest version of yourself and the most embodied version of yourself, people literally, it's like when Harry met Sally, they're like, I don't know what she has, but I want what she has. I'll take one of what she's having, right? So the law of attraction and becoming the greatest teacher of the law of attraction is really embodying the work. That's the number one thing that has to happen. In Soulciété, we have a 300-hour program around getting certified, and I'm sure there's lots of life coaching certifications out there. And the good thing and the bad thing is that the coaching world is not it's not governed, and especially the spiritual life coaching world, because we get to do what we want to do. It's our spiritual right? As long as we're not hurting anyone, and we recognize that if somebody has a mental illness or is suicidal, they need to seek help, professional help, right? But beyond that, as spiritual leaders and teachers, we get the right. We have the right to do the work of past lives. We get the right of doing spiritual, emotional trauma. And so if you want to be a teacher of the law of attraction, I truly recommend, number one, you've got to do your own inner work. I'm going to say this again and again and again. You've got to have a connection with divine, your higher self, through your daily spiritual practice, or whether that be through meditation, prayer, all of the above. I recognize that you have to have that distinction. Secondly, there needs to be your own inner releasing of limiting beliefs. And how we do that in Soulciété is through the E4 trauma method and releasing the commands and limited beliefs within the soul that are projecting out through reactivity, because the mental pictures attached with the emotional trauma have not been neutralized. So what we saw in The Secret of the Law of Attraction is people trying to manifest, and often what we found is, one, they either were manifesting material things or something that just actually never got them the true fulfillment, or number two, they tried to manifest and they just couldn't do it. So what doing your inner trauma work and connecting with divine through the daily spiritual practices does is it births your truth so that you're manifesting authentically what really matters to you, versus keeping up with the Jones or doing whatever you thought you should do to be acknowledged through and validated through the culture. So it's imperative that you birth your truth as a spiritual leader, as a spiritual coach, someone who wants to be a teacher of the law of attraction. You've got to really tap into your own truth, getting clear of what your core principles are, your core values, and basically birthing your purpose and calling. And I truly believe that if you want to be a practitioner or a teacher or a spiritual coach in the realm of the law of attraction, you've got to really fully align your subconscious mind with your conscious mind so that there is a oneness within you and you're living fully embodied as, a fully empowered individual. And then next, it's really about learning your skill set. To be a teacher of the law of attraction, you've got to understand business. You've got to understand what it takes to, put yourself out there, how to look professional, how to get your clients, how to have one-on-ones, how to build your framework so that you can have a powerful transformation for your clients and have them fully birth their truth. And how we do that in Soulciété is we teach the 8 pillars of business. And this is done by understanding that you need to understand your mission. You need to understand who your client is, your avatar. You've got to understand what your product is and how you're going to price it and how you're going to actually take that out through technology. We teach a gradient. So it's super important to start small and build upon that. And that's the way the universe works. And then also understanding what is your message, what pain points, what problems are you solving for your clients? What issues are they dealing with in life that is attracting them to you? What have you had to overcome? That goes into your branding and into your message and into your website and into your ads and into whatever it is that you're doing, whether it be out networking or building an online platform. Then also in sales, sales, you've got to understand and be able to totally be, relatable and be able to understand and create a gap for people, understanding that as you create that gap and get them committed, your job as a spiritual coach teaching law of attraction is to help somebody really get committed to their own dreams, to their own passions, to what really matters to them, and have them understand why. Why do they want to manifest and demonstrate something? Why do they want to embody something? Why is it important to them? The number one job you're doing as a coach and as a leader is to get people committed, because you can teach them everything under the sun, but you can't do it for them. They have to be motivated to actually do and implement the work. And then you want to help people in the 8 pillars of business be able to understand how to organize anything, because we understand that as universal law and the law of attraction, that really what we focus on expands. And the more we get focused, the more we're organized, the more we know our life purpose, the more we understand exactly what we're here to do, the more efficient and effective our manifestation is going to demonstrate and manifest, because it is clear, and in clarity equals power. And in this also, I recognize that we live in a world where there is, there's laws and there's financial things and all this. You've got to understand how to incorporate that into your business as a spiritual coach or leader in the law of attraction. And then finally, you've got to understand the principle of the law of attraction, of understanding the more you embody it through collaboration and partnership, the more effective and powerful you're going to be. And so I know right here and right now that if you've had a divine calling, a true divine calling to be a spiritual leader and teach the law of attraction, that I know for sure it is definitely possible. It's more than possible in today's world. It is a tidal wave of people desiring to do their inner work, to do their core subconscious trauma work, to birth and know their past life regressions and understand the true law of attraction is really clearing out the soul, so that you have a pure potential, and knowing that you get to decide what it is that you want to manifest and demonstrate. And so in that, I know that you are already the spiritual leader. You are already the coach, and that it is a divine calling, that anything that's standing in your way is going to be standing in the way of you and your clients. So your inner work is the most powerful thing and the best gift you can ever give your future clients. The reason why I get paid the big bucks is because I have what is considered a clear soul, meaning I can go into any session with a client and not have judgment around anything, even like compassion or whatever. If I feel sorry for somebody, or if I feel sad for whatever they've gone through, or if I have judgment around it at all, I'm actually hurting the process. My job is to hold pure potential and hold neutrality around anything that's happened on their DNA track, and be able to as is it. And as I see exactly the perfection of whatever they've gone through, and I see the potential of what they can create for their lives, that is the most powerful gift I can give to my clients. And so in that, I know that the law of attraction is real, and that as we embody it as it is, we have the mental equivalent in our life. And I know you can look at your own life and see what you are manifesting, demonstrating through the beliefs by just simply observing your life. What is your life like in the realm of money? What is your life like in the realm of your relationships? What is your life like in the realm of your health? And that we know is what's going on at a soul level, okay? So on that note, I know perfection, if you've had a divine calling for becoming a spiritual coach, a leader in the realm of the law of attraction, feel free to check out our free trainings and such at Soulciété.com, and have a wonderful day, and may you live your truth. Thank you for tuning in to Soulciété and Dr. Erin podcast. If you've had a calling to be a spiritual leader or coach, you can go to Soulciété.com and check out our free training. If you've received value here, I would love it if you take a moment and give a 5-star review. In exchange, I have a ton of free gifts for you. Grab your free Awakening book, 40 guided meditations, and digital manifesting masterclass. I also have a free money meditation and worksheet for you, so you can begin to break through your scarcity mindset and claim your birthright of prosperity. You can get all of your gifts and learn about our upcoming transformational events in my bio link in both Instagram and Facebook. That's under drerin.tv, which is DRERIN.tv. Also, I'd love to invite you into our free private community on Facebook under groups called Soulciété. That is facebook.com/groups/Soulciété. That's SOULCIETE. Have a divine day, and may you live your truth.